eye cancer. That's a thing. It's Jeff Stone here with day 5 of the year 2016 at magicreviewed.com. If you've ever seen the movie Simone, spelled with like a 1 instead of an I and a 0 instead of an O, with Al Pacino, it's a movie about a programmer who created an actress, a digital actress that's in all these movies. Anyway, I'm going to leave the story at that. But the guy who wrote the program in the movie got eye cancer from sitting and staring at a screen all day, which is how I feel today, because I've been writing code for like, I don't even know, 15 hours, maybe not quite that long, but maybe 12 hours straight, broken up over a couple different projects and things. But I've been staring at this computer screen for the last over half of a day. And then I looked at the clock and realized, oh crap, it's midnight, and therefore day 5 is over and I didn't post my review yet. So here I am. I'd already started writing the review before, like I started writing a few weeks ago. But anyway, I finished the write-up of the review today, and today being the 6th, not the 5th. And anyway, so here we are getting into the review. A couple hours late, but I'm still going to call it day 5 because there's still going to be another day 6 video. Anywho, day 5 at magicreviewed.com. We're looking at awesome self-working card tricks by Big Blind Media, presented mostly by Liam Montier and Cameron Francis. There's a couple other dudes in there, but those are the two main guys. And what you're getting, for me, the question is, especially the way I do my reviews, I don't really care about the effect, right? But I care about method, and I care about ad copy and product quality. Well, let's get the product quality out of the way. It's Big Blind Media. So, yeah. It's good quality. Good audio, good video, good DVD navigation, good lighting, all that stuff's great. The teaching is excellent. I'll cover that a little bit more in depth in a moment. The ad copy integrity, solid. Little bit hypey, but, you know, that's sales for you. But it wasn't so hypey that it was like they were lying or full of crap. They were just, you know, very boldly expressing their opinions of the effects. But they're right about the solid nature of the methods and so forth. So, ad copy's dead on. And I will talk a little bit about the effects. Again, the effects, in my opinion of them, has no bearing on the rating of this product, but just so you guys understand what you're getting into. So, of course, the first guy that pops in my mind when you think good self-working card tricks is Paul Curry. And so his effect, Power of Thought, is on here. There's a couple from Wayne Dobson. There's one of Dai Vernon's best effects, in my opinion, card effects, and that is Emotional Reaction. That's on here. Then there's the old Further Than That, from Stuart James, and then of course the Future Deck by Jack Vosberg. What a Turn Up, which is an effect I've been doing for probably 15 or 20 years now, by Kmart Magic. And Your Thoughts Are Mine, that's A-R-E, not O-U-R, by John Carey. And then there's a couple more. The effects range anywhere from simple, like you think of a card or pick a card and I tell you what it is, to setting up the most fair possible conditions in the deck, and I'm still able to tell you what the card is, I'm able to predict in advance what card you're going to pick, and again, in very fair conditions. Then there's the, like, Further Than That, there's the kicker after the kicker after the kicker after the kicker after the kicker. There's things like Emotional Reaction, which is just a very the effect is basically that you influence them to choose a card, but the method, and again we'll dive into method in a minute, but the method that makes it work is so smart and so clever. There's an effect where you apparently memorize a shuffled deck, you do a couple of demonstrations to prove that you have the deck memorized. So on and on. Those are the kinds of effects you're getting. If you like those kinds of effects, you're going to love this DVD. If you don't like those kinds of effects, well, you can stop watching right now. So what about the methods? When it comes to self-working card tricks, as I was about to say a minute ago, the method matters a lot. Self-working card tricks can be pretty boring. Sorry about that. They can be, excuse me, sir, take this deck of cards and hold it in this specific manner and shuffle it in this specific way, and then deal down 37 piles of 10 cards each, which that's like 12 decks of cards, and then turn over every other card in every other pile. On and on and on, some of the procedures that you can get in a self-working card trick. When you're done, the spectator's like, what was the effect? I don't even remember. I just remember all this crazy procedure. Or the other case where the procedure's not too bad, but it's simple enough that they could just go home and recreate it, and then they can do the trick too. So, happily, those kinds of methods are not used on this DVD. They use simple methods that have stood the test of time for sure. Some of these are methods that you are very familiar, probably all of them are methods that you're very familiar with, but they're used in ways that have fooled me before, not necessarily on this particular video, but they are, for example, a key card. That concept can be used in so many ways, you can't even imagine how many ways that can be used. And there's a couple effects on here that use that in a very sneaky way, very clever ways. And so that's one example. There's some effects you can do with a borrowed shuffle deck. Other effects require quite an elaborate setup. For example, the future deck, that's an entire deck dedicated to one trick. But it's a classic, and most magicians would argue it's one of the better prediction type effects out there. And so if you don't mind dedicating a deck to that, then fine. Allison. I was thinking Alan Rorison, but it's not even him. It's Dave Forrest. So sorry, I don't know where my brain was there. It was in code mode. That's where. Getting eye cancer like Simone's programmer. Anyway, so Dave Forrest has an any card, any number effect, which is out of all the stuff on there, that one. The method's good and everything. It's just a little bit awkward. And it might have just been the situation they were performing in the studio. I could be mistaken about that. It's nothing that's going to dock the video, but they're all the methods and everything were done very well, and they're very good effects and very good methods. But that one was probably the lowest scoring one in my opinion. Anyway, there's stuff that requires smaller setups, like the further than that effect. And then again, there's stuff that's just done with a borrowed shuffle deck. None of the procedures, in my opinion, are over the top, long-winded, boring, or anything like that. They're all the kind of thing that can be done relatively quickly, relatively easily, and the spectator won't be able to duplicate them or replicate them later. And they're entertaining, or at least they can be if you are a good entertainer. So these have a lot of potential is the point. So, what else can I say? 5 stars. Status of capital G, capital E, capital M, exclamation point. So, time for you to like the video, subscribe to my channel, share it out to all your peeps on social media, and listen to the random iTunes song of the moment, which is... Oh, yeah. You can't hear it because... Well, there it goes. You hear that? It's a creaking door. Because it's Thriller. It's close to midnight. It really is. Thriller. There you go. Flashback from the 80s. One of the all-time, if not still, the all-time best-selling record ever. So, there you have it. Random iTunes song of the moment today is Thriller. Thanks for watching, guys. Tune in tomorrow/today, day 6 of the year 2016, where we look at Cameron Francis's DVD called Out of Slight, another Group O self-working effects. Till then, folks, peace out.